My name is Regina Schlusny. I'm the daughter from Jacob Schlusny and Yenta Gotthelf. My father, when he was 17, he got ill, and in Poland they didn't know what kind of illness it was. So lucky for him, his uncle was living in Antwerp, and that uncle found a doctor here, a specialist for skin diseases. He came here, he was treated for 2 years. And after the 2 years, he felt lonely here because he didn't know anybody else than his uncle and his aunt. So he wrote home and he said, I want to come home, but only to get married, so I shouldn't be on my own. So my grandmother found a matchmaker, a Chatrin, who proposed a few girls. My grandmother decided that Yenta would be a good match for my father. They met about 3 times, and after 3 times she was asked, and Jacob was asked what they thought about each other. My father was a very kind, very calm man, and my mom was the one who organized everything. So they decided they were going to get married, come back to Belgium. When they met, they appreciated one another, I think, but you can't say that it is love that they felt one for another. The words, I love you, were never said in the house, never heard about that. That's the way the Orthodox people live. They express themselves by doing everything to help one another, and that's their love, without expressing it with words. My father came to Belgium after his wedding. He started working on the markets. He had a special permit to do that. After a year, he could bring his wife to Antwerp, and my mom was very quickly expecting her first baby. My older brother, Marcel Max Bernard, officially, was born in November, but the story, which is very important, is that my mom didn't speak any Flemish yet, and it was difficult to communicate with the Antwerp non-Jewish people, but it was very easy to get into the Jewish community. They became members of the Jewish community in Antwerp. They became a member in the synagogue. They met especially on Saturday, coming out of the synagogue. The Jews usually went to the park, the Stadspark, what we call here in Antwerp, and to meet each other, to speak about what happened all the week. Because on Saturday, Orthodox Jewish people can't do anything except of walking and talking to each other or reading at home. So they went there, or they went to see the Schelde, which was something very special for them. And they were very quickly adopted and taken in from the other people, because they knew that my mother would help whatever they needed. That's something very normal with Jewish people. They help each other. She was used to do that in Poland, and she wanted to do it here in Antwerp too. People didn't ask questions. If you proposed to help, they were very happy, because the Jewish people in that time, 1932, 1933, they helped each other, otherwise they couldn't do anything. They didn't have the language, so they spoke Yiddish to each other, and that was enough to be accepted. So for the Jews, the important day in the week, every day they work, and Shabbat is the day, a complete rest. They're not allowed to do anything. They can walk, they can talk, they can read, and that's about all they're allowed. And after the tefillah, when they finish to say their prayers, the tefillah, they go to the park. And why is that park so important for the Jewish people? My parents would go every year, once a year, with all the other Jewish people to Tashlich. And Tashlich is the prayer they say to get rid of all the bad things they did all year long, to be forgiven. Because on New Year, they are, what people say to each other is, they are forgiven and will be put in the book of the living for next year or not. So it's a very important day. So the park has become a very important thing. When the Germans in 1940 invaded Belgium, the Jews knew already more or less what was going to happen, that they came to eliminate all the Jews. That was the aim of the Germans. They showed to the Belgian people a film which was the Eeuwige Jood, I don't know in English. It was propaganda just to show how bad the Jews were. It was a horrible film, and about 300 people came out of that film. They came to break everything in the two synagogues in the Oosterstraat and Van der Nestlijn. It took like another year and a half till my father couldn't work anymore. Jewish people were not supposed to go on the street after 8 o'clock. There was no money coming in anymore, and my parents were very lucky that my father had a friend that she said to him, Jacob, it is about time that you would leave Antwerp if you want to stay alive with your wife and your children. And we left for Hemixem. Hemixem was a little town, Flemish town, not far from Antwerp. After a few weeks that we were hiding at Poldin, somebody found out that we were Jewish, and they denounced us with the soldiers, the German soldiers who were in Hemixem. We were saved by the mayor of Hemixem because he sent his little boy to the neighbor, to Charles, to ask Charles to come and tell us to go by the back door for my parents to go out. So they had to take whatever they brought from Antwerp. They had my two brothers, who was one, it was 5 and the other was 8. And Charles said also, we have a room because we hope to have some children. If you want, you can leave the little one with us. And that's how I stayed with Anna and Charles. My parents had maybe 5 minutes to decide if they were going to leave me or not. And they left me. They were all the time together. They changed from hiding places 15 times. From Charles' side, he didn't save my life only, he saved also my parents, because he took food to them. For a long time, I didn't know why could Charles find these people for 15 times during the war. I found out that he was with the resistance, and that's how he could find my parents. But it took 3.5 years till I saw them again, and I didn't know who they were. When the war ended, my parents came out of hiding. My mother came to pick me up. When she came in, I didn't know who she was. I said, hello, madame. And Charles said, that's your mom, and now you can go home. I couldn't speak with my parents because they spoke only Yiddish. My mother had forgotten everything Flemish, what she had learned before the war. My father understood still some, but they had spoken 3.5 years only Yiddish between them. He survived because my mother, whatever food that they could get or buy, she would first feed my father because he needed it. He was the ill person in the family. He got ill for a year after the war, and it was my mom who had to go and work to put food on the table, and I had to learn Yiddish as quick as possible to speak with my parents, otherwise I didn't understand them. My father was always the person that everybody was very careful with him because he was the sick man. My mom, for him, her husband was number one and her children. He had regularly, he had to go to the doctors with the illness he had. Luckily, he survived quite a long time because he was over 70 when he died, but he died from a general cancer. We sent my father, when he died, to Israel to be buried there. My mom survived another 15 years. She got ill, she was in a wheelchair, and when she died, she was buried next to my father on Mount of Olives. I didn't go to Israel because Jewish people, they sit at home on a little chair to show that they mourn for 8 days, and people come to speak with them about the people they have lost. That's the way we mourn our dead people. Nowadays, the Orthodox people haven't changed anything. Jewish people don't change anything. We still live by the book, by the Bible. The Shabbat is exactly the same thing. They don't do anything. The matchmaker for the children to get married is the same thing. The girls can't go out. It's always with a shadchan if they get married, and it won't change.